Well, welcome to Cameron Cobb. You played Tom Joad in
I did indeed.
production of The Grapes of Wrath, and it was just a wonderful show, and you did such a wonderful job. So we're so happy to have you here.
Absolutely, I'm happy to
I'd
be
like to
here.
hear your take on some of the things that happened. I mean, Grapes of Wrath, it was such a special production in so many ways, right? I mean, it was the official national production of the 75th anniversary of Grapes of Wrath.
No pressure.
Yeah, we did a co-production with Oklahoma City University. There was a partnership with OETA, and that resulted in an Emmy Award-winning production in 2015. And then, of course, with all that, the theme of human resilience in the face of trying times, it's so relevant right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, how did this play about Oklahomans enduring in a time of crisis, how did it touch you?
I mean, that's a tough one to answer because all my people are from Oklahoma, even though I grew up in East Texas. My dad's side is all Claremore, and my mom's side is all Ponca City. So Oklahoma was very familiar to me. You know, it really speaks to like the dignity of the Oklahoma spirit, you know, and that's in approaching the part, that's really something that I wanted to get after. You know, it's like, how do you take on like not only one of our great folk heroes of literature, but one of our great folk heroes of Oklahoma? You know, I mean, he's fictional, but I mean, he might rank, you know, top 5 Oklahomans behind, you know, Will Rogers as far as like the impact on the identity of the people. The first thing Tom says to Reverend Casey is probably his darkest secret, is that I was in the pen. That's why you haven't seen me, or, you know, and to come forward with what would be a source of shame is really this honesty. You know, he like, you know, and to me, it's not happenstance that honesty and honor have, you know, are the same root word. You know, so in order to honor the spirit of Tom and the spirit of Oklahomans as a whole, you know, I had to like treat it with honesty and truth, and that's, I think, where the dignity aspect comes in, because, you know, you remember, Ruth, you walk in that theater to do the show, and you're staring down a 3-hour show. You're like, okay, here we go, let's do this. But it wasn't like a show like people come, because I remember we had pretty good houses. You know, it wasn't like a show where people would come and, you know, they're like, oh, I hope this is good. People were coming to church, man. They're like, let's see our story. And that's it. Let's see our story. You know, and you don't get many chances to do that for people. You know, and to have this the 75th anniversary and all the, you know, the co-production and everything, you know, there was a lot to live up to. And I think you can either overshoot something or you can undershoot it, but I think to get it just right, which I think we all did, was to just approach it with that honor and dignity of the community itself. You know, so it was a great thrill to be able to produce it, not only because of the, you know, the 75th anniversary and all that, but just to be able to like show people like a kind of a time machine. This is who you came from. It's this kind of truth. And I think as far as the resiliency question, to get back to what you actually asked, the resiliency question is what I think we're coming to terms with as Americans and as, you know, global citizens. Everyone's going through this, just with different languages, you know. And absolutely. What I'm coming back to is we're returning to like almost Depression era values. And I don't mean like, you know, being afraid of the stock market. I mean, it's just like this idea of like, what is truly important? What can I control? You know, what is important is family. And what is important is self-sufficiency. And what is important is not taking things for granted. And I think that's going to be the big takeaway from all of this is, I mean, how many times does like someone say like, hey, we're having a dinner party, you want to come? You're like, oh, I don't like that person's wife. I don't want to do that. I would give anything right now to go to anybody's dinner party. You know, I just, and speaking of theater as a whole, like, we're going to bounce back. This is just a speed bump, you know, and I sincerely believe that. But I think what we're going to bounce into after all this is we're not going to take our successes for granted, you know, and I think that's going to make us work harder as artists, is that like, we can't have a flop. What we do, we better go at it with truth. And all the same stuff I'm talking about we approached with Grapes of Wrath, I think the art form as a whole, we're going to have to go at it with, you know, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to take my ego out because I never know when I might be able to do this again. You saw that show as an Oklahoman, as an Oklahoma City person, as someone who with family ties to the history of Oklahoma. Boy, you were lucky to get that ticket because you were really part of something. I'm
so happy that we're able to have this conversation and also sort of relive this moment in memory and pass this on. And I hope everyone enjoys thinking about it and remembering it as well. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time, Cameron. Really appreciate it. It was great. It's so good to see you guys. I can't wait to see what all comes of this. It makes me want to go do the show, honestly. Exactly. Well, come play with us at Oklahoma City Repertory Theater again. We would love that. I would be happy to. You know my number. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Well, thanks so much. Absolutely. Take care, y'all.